Mm. Gotta fix the res. There we go. Mm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I think it's just geothermal plant, that's it. Yeah. How close can we get? I can just go straight there. Hey, babe. You don't feel like you're warm. Take those sweat things off then. And stop complaining. Ah. Abusive. I'm in an abusive relationship.
You're the one who just told me to stop complaining.
Ah. Abuse. Ah. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
Unexpected North sweeping B area. Watch out!
Mechanicals.
Down they go! That's the last of them!
22% efficiency. What's wrong with things the way they are? It seems like both places have power right now. Why does he want the power rerouted? Oh, it's a power regulator, that's why. Purged, 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 purged. 2 files available. Oh, it's here. Repair bay. Four shunts. I'm so low on those. Or just take the elevator and you can get in anyway? Or the ladder. Alright. Official reprimand. Oh. It's the first time I've heard my own voice. Wow, I need a lot of skill for that. Chief of Security. Lockaway room. Jesus Christ.
Here we go! Don't mess it up! Down they go!
Hit him where it hurt.
Oh, here we go!
Okay. Second drug slot. Okay, another point. I think I might get the TTD stuff. These movement ones are actually pretty decent. Like high maintenance. Let's go with faster walk speed. Lets me move around more in combat. I don't use the time dilation that much. I mean, it makes my stuff last longer too. This will be good. It's useful being able to walk fast. Chester's passcode? Huh. It's probably the pit.
Get away! You're not real. You're not real. Get away! Get away! No, just leave me alone. No, just leave me alone. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot, scram. You can talk? The Phantoms never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting. Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder. Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant. Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides. Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium. You mean, why did the mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons. You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer.
This guy was everything.
I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you. Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy. Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. I was on cleaning duty at the time.
Thanks, Higgins. The guide. Okay.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded. Got it. Inside voices.
Oh, yeah, hold on. We gotta wait until we can make them shoot each other. Nice. They're killing each other. I think I can go back, yeah, and get the module. Okay, got that. Return to Thomas. That's later. Got that quest. Now there should be a bunch of dead bots.
Unexpected.
Except this guy.
I'm not even... Don't mess with us.
Maybe he was the winner. Or they didn't really attack each other that much.
Processing.
This'll be quick. Here we go. Nice one.
Looks like a lot of them died from that, actually.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow, she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
What was with those pipes I was turning on? What were those doing if we're still only at 22%? I feel like there's more to this. I feel like there's a way to give enough power for both. Oops. There we go. I feel like there's a way to get power for both. Let's see though. Heavy gun that uses light ammo. I need a way to use my light ammo for sure. Maybe we do this instead of this. Just so I'm not using all one ammo type all the time. Turned on like 3 pipes over here, but what did those do? E1. Is that even worth picking? I hate using up all my shunts all the time. Usually there's decent stuff, but pretty well hidden. Aha. Oh, that's pointless. Ordnance control armor. Oh yeah, I still didn't go over here. Oh, it's just a workbench. Break down. Don't need to mess with any of this. So there's nothing here. Turned this on too, so E1 and E2 are on. What do those do? E3 turned all three of these on. Those all the pipes. They all lead back through this wall. Could be these same pipes here. I don't see anything else that I can do. Alright, let me look them up real quick, just to make sure I'm not missing something. I'll look this place up and down. Oh, okay, so if you try and redirect the power first, it says there's a malfunction. Okay, so you have to make all the lava flowing just to do this, so... that explains that. Oh, choices! They did a good job of making, like, neither side that bad. So Adeline doesn't believe that Reed is going to follow up on making amends. But Reed didn't seem like a particularly bad person. To me, Edgewater represents, like, Spacer's Choice, which isn't taking care of its employees or people and just letting the city rot. And the Botanical Lab is people trying to get away from that and living on their own. Away from the company, so I'm gonna go for Botanical Lab. Made my decision, Parvati. What do you think about that?
I can't stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now they got power, but what about the town? All those people. That's on account of how I never met her. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
That's so weird.
Could be. Reckon I'll never know. He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda. I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected the worst. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
The Spacer's Choice is not a fan of me now, but they're still agreeable. The deserters rever me. Best employee ever deserves a big bonus and a promotion. Oh, Reed's here and he's unhappy. Oh, maybe he's not. All right. First things first. Let's go to Thomas.
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kidding. Really? Well, which one? The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Gave me a mod. This mod stuns and damages melee attackers. That's kind of cool. Tinker that a couple times.
You hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It whispers across the Vale like the winds of change. You've done well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Okay, glad I sided with her.
Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go. Not as many as you'd think. We're not about to let the whole town join our flock. Just the ones willing to renounce their corporate loyalties and live the way nature intended. I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life. You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined.
Still can't take this stuff though. Alright, let's go see if Reed's upset with us. Probably is.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters, plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
Why do I have to be a dick to him?
That power regulator is company property. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you. All right, easy now. Let's not do anything we'll regret. I'll order my guards to stand down. Take what you came for, and then leave us be. You and I have got nothing more to say.
Okay, let's go talk to this guy. And actually, this guy's closer. The vicar. Does her dialogue change at all?
Cannery's dead. This is gonna throw a wrench into my actuarial tables.
Oh yeah, what a shame. I heard about what happened. Man. Catastrophic power failure. Oh, shit.
All the lights in town went out. Since then, I've had wild-eyed workers begging my guidance. I'm surprised you would go along with this action, Ms. Holcomb.
I'm not sure what the right and wrong of it is, sir. But leaving the deserters with neither walls nor lights would have left them to the mercy of marauders.
Let's hope walls alone are sufficient, then. Oh, inarguably. This town was a pustule on the ass of the architect. Metaphorically speaking. You took it upon yourself to decide the fate of strangers. I don't know whether that's confidence or arrogance. Either way, I'm fascinated. Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this... French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn. There is little more important than such a precious, rare text. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
Can't you just use the internet and translate it?
Bokonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bokonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death. The story of my life. Most lay people are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's how I ended up assigned prison duty, where I was fool enough to let an inmate bend my ear with stories of an original Bokonu journal. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew. Free spiritual counseling, someone to watch your back, not to mention a grown-up in the party.
I'm 28.
Exactly. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
Cool.
Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my penitentiary term. Left many an opponent bleeding in the prison yard. Fantastic. I promise you won't regret this.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. It is my esteemed pleasure to serve as your crew vicar, Captain.
I could get used to that. Captain. Vicar Max. The ass-kicking vicar. He has a sawed-off shotgun with a bigger mag and a staff. Oh, he has a perk available too. Increase your hack skill, that's useful. That's really what I want these guys for. I don't care about threat or any of that. I'm at 33 hack. Of course, it's like the last one. Okay. Let's go. What else do we have to do here? Oh yeah, talk to this guy.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
Town's been dark a while now. Could be a mechanical trying to sabotage us. Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple of bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Okay. Turn to my ship. First, I want to explore this map a little bit, make sure there's nothing left that I missed. We'll go check out the river here, and then go over in here and see what this is all about. But does that guy give me persuade too? How do I... Oh, here we go. He has intimidate and hack. Spiritually enlightens them with a blast from his shotgun. Ugh. Let's see how my stats look because of that. He's only giving me 8 hack. 10 bonus support hack, that's probably the rest. Wait, no, he gives me 8 base, and then the 10 bonus. What else did he have? Intimidate and science. So he's giving me 8 there too, to be at 38. And 9 here, and I'm at 52 intimidate. That's really good. Yeah, companions are way worth it over just 25% damage. When I'm back at my ship, I'm just going to respec. Hopefully I can respec my perk and get rid of that one. Pretty useless. Shock stick. This is way better than a normal stun baton. Huh. Need to dismantle these. Melee weapon skills. Those already have 10 armor, it's pretty good. Let's get rid of these. Let's see what's around. Which of these birds?
Here we go. Don't mess with us.
Mechanicals. Abandoned settlement. Oh, that guy's got like legs.
Here we go.
Oh, marauders.
Down they go!
These guys just die. Deadeye assault rifle. Hammersmith. This looks cool. Physical long gun. Uses heavy shots. Special effect execute? What is that? Doesn't say what that does, but this looks sick. 99 damage. Just straight up better. It does post armor damage too. Hell yeah. I wonder what the level at the top there means. Level 11. I don't think I need the shock stick, to be honest. Maybe Parvati can use it. So it's a 131 DPS hammer versus a 131 DPS baton. Power attack damage. I think it is better. Give her that. Sealed. We'll see about that. You win this time, building. Potato-based vodka. It's not the best choice. Noise reduction. There's one door, but it's sealed. It's kind of weird. Doesn't look like there's any way in. I feel like there's something I'm missing here. Doesn't look like there's a door up top. Hmm. Oh, not a lot going on here. Let's go back to the unreliable. I think I mostly explored the map. Did I go up there yet? I don't think so. No, doesn't look like I did. A cave. Don't even get to aim it. Lots of marauders here. Meaning like two.
Who would like to die first?
Nice one!
Everyone all right?
It's a weird looking pack, even though there's nothing there to grab. Crate up here. Yeah, I don't think I need this after having the sniper that I have, so break down. Ooh, a pristine assault rifle. Nice. I'd rather be able to aim. Plus it's pristine, so I'm gonna go with that. I think I should just replace this silly revolver. $80 damage is still pretty good though, actually. Do it this way. Any treasure under the waterfall? Nope. Okay. Just a geothermal plant? Yeah. Went to the gulch already, there was nothing there. Didn't see anything there. Didn't see anything here. I think I took this road. This looks interesting here. So I'm gonna go here and then just come down through here. Maybe check that out. Check that out. The hell is this thing? A snake? Oh, some primals over here. I need a smackdown.
We can handle this.
You can see the whole world from here.
Volcanic Summit. Don't want to go in there.
Careful, you're hurt.
I hope there was an autosave. Otherwise I just lost a lot of stuff. Okay, I still have the Vicar. Where are we? Here? We already did the Marauder hideout. Okay, so it was right when I fast traveled. At least we know nothing happens down there. Kill those primals again.
Who would like to die first? Good hit.
Don't mess with us.
You can see the whole world from here.
Understood. Incoming.
Nice one. Woo! We made.
It'd be cooler if they had like a slow motion thing that followed the bullet. 4 just for that? No thanks. Maybe I give this to one of those guys. Nice. Vicar can stick with his shotgun.
They come.
Not even a scratch.
This is what I'd rather give her, I think. A nice assault rifle. Let's try that.
Here
We
they
can
come.
handle this.
Oh,
That's the last of them.
cannons. Oh, whoa, take it easy, take it easy.
Nice one. We can handle this.
Don't mess with us.
Clean. The big wreck. Alright, can I swim? Nope, okay. Invisible wall. Surprised that's not a marker. It's interesting that this is a marker. There's a couple suspicious places here that have no apparent use. Check out whatever these rocks or buildings are. Something wiped these guys out. Okay. A little cough. Alright, that wasn't very interesting. Something over there. Oh, it's like an observatory. Can I go up there? Or is that where I came from? I think that's where I came from. Yeah, that's definitely where I came from. Okay.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome! Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship. Working on a real engine. Belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but That don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post. I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Of course.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Alright, home sweet home.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
We got a little crew now. Lots of cabins. Oh, here we go. Fire it up. Okay. Yeah, that shouldn't hurt me. Actually, I'll just repair all equipped. Okay, where's the new U station? Got a perk point I regret. Where was that? No, it was here. There it is. Refund all your skill and perk points, yes. Well, let me see what I'm at first. Oops. No, that didn't work. Hang on. Okay. Got a picture of what I had before. Those are easy to remember. There we go. Put this on my other monitor. I had 46 persuade, so 20 points here. 48 long guns. $20 hack. $30 science. Perfect. Accept, and then perks. I like base health. I think that's what I had. So, walk speed. Health. And something else since I'm not doing the lone wolf. I don't think I need the sprint speed. Like, I move fast enough with my walk speed. Base armor's not bad. I think I'll get tactical dilation. Oh, this didn't get saved? Shit. Okay, so I was at 48 long guns. $20. 46. $30. Apply. There we go. Okay. Hey. And I kissed your nose.
Well,
Here.
I wasn't trying to kiss your lip.
Wow. Oh, refunded hers too. Wow. Definitely that. Definitely this. Nice. How much would it be for next time? 1,000. Okay. It's pretty affordable.
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Oh yeah.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
1 second. I'm fixing my hotkey so that doesn't disappear again. Or, I mean, that thing disappears like it's supposed to. Oh, another flipped? No. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Cutscene mode is good to go.
Aha, there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Good, great, excellent. Let's move on. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly. Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her. In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Culkelly. Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the Hope. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another.
Huh.
It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you. Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram. A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath. Science, that's how. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
All right. Let's go see if anything else changed. Edgewater. So I don't have any party members right now.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
I think it's time you move along.
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
So you're gonna call her it, not she?
Though my voice is currently pitched to suggest female, I possess no gender. Any pronoun preferred by the user is acceptable.
Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing. I am at your disposal, Ms. Parvati. You will find the technical schematics in the engineer's locker, though I'm afraid Captain Hawthorne has lost the owner's manual.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch. Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was. I'm not exactly a model employee. Not like you wanted. The kind that stays quiet and gets the right work done in the right order every day. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us. Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling. Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed. About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Passage to anywhere. So the Groundbreaker is a neutral station in Halcyon. She can sell the nav key. And then the disguise projector in the captain's quarters, which could come in handy. Ship's kind of a piece of junk. Oh, here we go. These are all open now. Oh, okay. I think these key items got put on the ship, I think. Yeah. Okay. I got a few of those. Banned literature.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing you, Captain? Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition. That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them. My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith. A faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it. They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me. The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction. I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated. What about you? What's your story? And how did he do that? Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now? That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
Got nothing better to do.
A commendable attitude. Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to all, but most of the Philosophist perversion of Bakonu's. I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous Philosophist scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him. That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
So he spent time in prison? I think you told me that before.
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination. Thank you, Captain.
Whoa, Sam. Reminds me of that one, I think it's Krogan from Mass Effect that was like locked away or frozen. Been a long time since I played that game. Holographic Shroud. Projects a disguise on you and your companions that gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge. Oh, okay. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. Captain's quarters are nice.
Just to warn you, we may have a bedbug infestation. I am investigating non-toxic extermination measures. Non-toxic to you, I mean.
Bed bugs. Okay. Get some more of these here. Oh, I'm capped. My hack's gonna fall behind, but it's okay. Do I need this leveled though? Science. Doesn't hack come in handy more often than science? I've had a lot of engineering skill checks. I don't think there's anything wrong with having points here. One more perk point. Maybe just more tactical time dilation. I like this though, being able to maintain my stuff longer. Additional armor's not bad. Let's go ahead and go with this. It's a good long-term investment. Kind of interesting that they have like every single log there. What's still new? This shroud. Okay. Groundbreaker. Okay, I think I've done everything that I need to do here. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, cool. There's a lot of worlds. Olympus. Go check out Phineas's lab. Let's see what Phineas is up to. I think this should have been shown a little earlier.
Arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Okay.
Welcome back, Captain.
Talk to Ada now?
How can I be of assistance? The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for Sam to properly operate.
Okay.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear? Two atoms were strolling through Roseway when one of them exclaimed, "I think I lost an electron." "Really?" the other asked. "Are you sure?" "Yes, I'm absolutely positive."
Oh ho 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 ho.
As you wish,
That smile.
Captain. I must comply with all direct orders.
Oh, she wanted to tell more jokes.
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely. I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on the Lost Hope? When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative. Traveling the system with you, Captain. Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most. The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them. There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system?
Make it so. No way.
I shall happily comply with your order, just as soon as we have a laser weapons system. Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously. I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship. You are more than welcome, Captain. The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Where in Terra 2? Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer. The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say, a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet.
Vengeful.
Since you diverted power to the deserters, the botanical lab is thriving. However, Emerald Vale's cannery shut down, leading to a total collapse of Edgewater's population. Thank you, Captain. You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket? I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or a devastating plague. Of course. What part of the... Where in Monarch? Ah, Monarch. The armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's Smuggler's Port at Fallbrook. It's Sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there. I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness, and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points. Of course. What part of... Where? Warning. All colonists are urged to reconsider travel to Cascadia.
That face.
Due to infestation of mantisaurs and risk of indefinite detention or death. There are no people aside from marauders in Cascadia. There is only death. The local report is that you will very likely die if you leave Cascadia's landing pad. This is one of those times where you say one word but really mean another, isn't it? I suppose you would find an environment like this fun.
Cascadia isn't even on here. Unless it's part of Monarch. This is very Mass Effect. Need to get better clothes for Parvati.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it! Blast, that's loud.
I don't have enough skill for that, really? Aren't I at 34? Oh, this is lockpick. Yeah, I don't think I have enough. Yeah, 25, okay.
I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Bubbles. What is up with all these pigs? Cysty pig, gross. Just hacking his laptop in front of him.
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
14.
Got it. Heads down.
What's up, Bubbles? Ew, gross. Eating tumors that fall off the pig? Ugh. This is one of the pods he pulled me out of. Shrink Ray? Science weapons are unique weapons that have strange and powerful effects. Science weapon damage and the strength of their effects both increase as your science skill is increased.
Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
Capable of shrinking any living being it is fired at. That's cool. Emits a continuous ray that shrinks its target by an amount proportional to the wielder's science skill. Shrunk targets suffer from reduced armor and reduced damage. Once the beam is off the target, they grow back to their original size within a few seconds. Huh. And not lock onto friendly targets. Can I just give that to one of my companions? 'Cause that seems pretty useful. Like him? Yeah. guy has 37 science, too. That seems like a good combo.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout. Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals. Of course. What's on your mind? Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper. Absolutely. Let's talk. No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Wells. I'm Parvati Holcomb.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It isn't as if I wanted privacy.
True.
Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their character and they aren't touching things. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are. You're a talented scientist after all. Our kind has always been incredibly popular. What's on your mind? Absolutely. Oh, goodness, no. I wouldn't survive 10 seconds in the blackness of the aether. Well, no, I imagine I'd last at least 12 seconds before I'd lose consciousness and die of hypoxia. Life outside work? No, of course not. My life is my work. For that matter, everyone else's lives are also my work. An entire colony's worth of lives are at stake. It's up to me, up to us to set things right. To answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab. There's too much work to be done. The Hope's colonists won't revive themselves, you know. Because we've lost our way, the board has a stranglehold over this colony, and we've all been conditioned into total obedience. The Hope is full of specialists, scientists, engineers, talented individuals like you, people who haven't been corrupted by the board. Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades, well past your shelf life, so to speak. No offense. Precisely. The chemical I need is dimethyl sulfoxide, a rare, potent, essential to reviving long-frozen bodies. 10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. You were frozen for decades. In theory, you never should have survived the revival process. But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living proof that it can be done. There's yet hope for the Hope. Get it? We'll do our very best to save them all. I last dose of caffeinoid fading.
Okay, not too much here.
Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest accomplishment. Your odds of survival were a mere 28%.
Something here that's just like unmarked. The labyrinth, that sounds fun. Alright, to the groundbreaker we go.
The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
It's a big ship.
Can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson? I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
What?
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Okay. Passage to anywhere. Weapons from the void. Seek out science weapons. Oh yeah, Hawthorne's terminal. I have all this stuff too. Yeah, let's go to the captain's terminal real quick. Forgot to read that earlier. Gray. Hammer's power. Strange weapon with a special power. Okay, so that's at The Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. I'm sure I'll find that. Yeah. Okay. Sanitation and maintenance. A combat capable one. Ooh. Oh, it's at Emerald Vale. It's Roseway.
Would you like a reminder on when your next shower is scheduled?
Oh, that's from Adelaide. Cool. Little reminder of the choice I made. Roseway. I don't know what that is. Maybe I can't go there yet. Old storage facility in Roseway. Yeah, that's not like any place I went at Edgewater, so that's probably later. Okay. That's gonna be my stopping point for tonight. Go eat some food, hang out with the girl. Okay. Stream going off.